Today's episode is sponsored by, I saw somewhere today that people who have food allergies were complaining about a Super Bowl Uber Eats commercial because there's a scene where somebody says there's a there's a scene where there's a man who's eating peanut butter and he's like, this has real peanuts in it. What? And people started making TikToks about how that is so insensitive to the allergy food community. And I would just like to say, are we all not in the allergy food community? We're bound to be allergic to something. Have y'all not ever had bubble guts? Like, what? There's something is making you sick.
Let's talk about the bubble guts.
Let's talk about the bubble guts. I mean, it just is I think it's a bit much. I think it's a bit much that we can like what? What? People are upset that that uh that Uber Eats made a commercial and somebody says that they shouldn't have been eating the peanut butter. I mean, it's exhausting.
People want to
It's
be a main
exhausting.
character so bad.
They really do. They really, really do. Ooh,
They
and guess
want to be a
what?
main character so bad.
99% of you are not interesting enough to be a main character. So,
You're never going to be a main character. If your allergy is a reason to be a main character, get the fuck out of here. People are so annoying.
ooh, and boring. Ooh.
And let's start focusing on the fact that not every piece of content is for every single human being on this planet Earth.
Right. Ooh,
It's okay if something's not catered to you.
we love to come here and complain. And honestly, it's my favorite part.
Yeah,
Welcome to
same.
You, Me, and Chisme, your number one source for Chisme on the internet. Adrian and Julie here. I wonder who is the number one source for Chisme in real life? Because we're on the internet. We control the internet. Who controls IRL? Is it you?
Me. It's
Wow.
me.
An
I spread
oracle.
it, I start it, I let it be known.
What's the last piece of Chisme you spread?
Spread.
Or, well, I guess found out anything. Spread, found out, discovered.
Oh, I've had a really good chisme session with a coworker yesterday, and I
Mm.
found out all kinds
It's
of
always
mess.
always at work. It's always at work because
All
that's where the crazy
kinds of
people are.
mess. 100%. I'm right there with them. Right there, sitting right next to them.
Yeah. I need to turn off my heater. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can.
I
Anyways,
can't hear it.
I'm gonna turn it off anyways. It's my Dyson. I'm gonna turn it off from my phone.
It's cold. I
Oh
turned
my
off my
God.
my
Wait,
heater earlier.
first of all, are you alive? Did you drown?
I did not drown. I would have because I can't swim, everyone. So thankfully there was no flooding in my area.
For those of you who don't live in California, I mean, hello, it was wet.
It was wet. It
It
was wet
was wet.
for like 2 days straight, 2.5, like 2.5 days straight.
Ugh.
I walked
Ugh.
in the rain though.
What? Oh, you did, Julie.
Well, started walking when it
I'm so
wasn't
proud of
raining.
you. Oh,
And thank you. And then it started raining. I said, I'm just gonna finish my 30 minutes anyway. So I
yeah.
walked in. I was wearing a raincoat, so it was okay. But yeah, it's been raining. Did you get any flooding in your area?
Um, I didn't leave the apartment.
I love that for
I
you.
l-
I
I
love
did
that for you.
Sunday. I went to my friend's mom's memorial service, and I was on the way there. It wasn't raining. On the way back, it was a little bit nightmarish. And the bumper on my car isn't fixed. I was worried. It's
Mm,
taped up. The rain was really alive at that point.
yeah,
Other than that, I did not leave the apartment. So
good.
if there was flooding, maybe. I don't know. I
Yeah.
do think Ken told me that the pool, my roommate Ken told me that the pool was overflowing
Oh, you
at one
really didn't
point.
leave your apartment.
No, God, no. Where was I gonna go? What was I?
No,
I
no,
don't know.
no.
I don't know how to swim. I don't. Oh no. Well, I
Thank
put on rain jackets, but I just, what was I gonna do? I wasn't gonna do anything.
I wasn't gonna help anybody
I
by being
mean,
out in the streets.
I don't like the rain.
Oh, I
I've said
love the
it.
rain.
I've said it. I don't like the rain. You know what? I can enjoy the rain on a day here and there when I'm inside. I don't like being in the rain. Okay, when you're driving at night and it's raining, is it difficult for you to see things? It's
Yeah,
so
it's
hard for me to
dangerous.
see.
It's dangerous. I can't believe
Okay,
anyone's out there in the streets.
on Tuesday, so we went back into the office on Wednesday, and
Okay.
it was starting to rain Wednesday evening. Already dark when I'm driving home. I was like, where the fuck are the potholes? Because they're out here, but I couldn't see them.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That's the most dangerous part of it all.
Yeah, yeah. It's so scary because there is an entrance to Bel Air off of Sunset. And that entrance, that area right there, has to have the worst pavement in the city of Los Angeles. There's like massive holes in the ground.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's Karen,
Dangerous. Dangerous.
Karen, hello, Karen
Yeah.
Bass. That's the mayor of LA. Um,
Yeah, it's
anyways,
crazy. It
yeah,
was crazy out there.
it really was. And you know what? I
Hope
never want
everyone
to.
stayed safe.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course, of course. I never want to hear anybody say like, "Oh, California doesn't get real weather." Like, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah.
Did you see Chloe Sevigny talk about why she would never want to live in LA?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah.
find her very amusing. I think she's very
Do
funny.
you?
You don't like her.
I struggle with personalities that are like, I hate everything. Like I struggle with them.
Oh.
I
Oh.
don't like people that make negativity their quirk.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. But I find her negativity to be comedic.
I love that for
So,
you.
but I agree with you because also don't like people who make negativity their quirk either.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And you know what? I don't know her, so who knows? From what I
Yeah.
have seen, it has come off as funny to me. Chloe, if you're on the
No, I love
pod,
that.
or if you're on the
That's it's
pod,
probably
don't know what I'm saying.
I think we know what you meant.
Yeah. If you're come on the pod, we would love to fight about you here.
I would pretend that I love your negativity as a quirk. So
I
there'd
hope
be no
everybody
fighting
knows
for me.
anytime we interview somebody, Julie is being fake to them. I've never met a
If
more
I've been rude to them, if I've been rude about them on air, I will be nice about them on air
I've
in
never
front of
met a
them.
faker person in my entire life.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, it helps that I own it
Yeah.
and that I admit it and that I'm ready and presenting myself in all of my fake glory.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's important.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I love you so much. um can I tell you something? Can I tell you a story?
Always, please.
I think I have a demon following me.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Tell
Yeah.
me more.
Okay. Well, we all know about the bumper on my car.
Yeah,
I told everybody about my closet. Was
yeah,
that I might have
yeah, yeah,
that was
yeah.
last week, yeah. Yesterday I got home and our freezer and fridge aren't working. It's dead. It's
Okay.
and then let me also tell you, I forgot to mention this part. I had ordered some sunscreens for me and as a gift for my friends, and um somebody stole them from the mail room, from the mail area that we have here.
Do you
Somebody
have
stole them.
cameras?
No, there's no cameras in this place.
Oh,
I can't even get the man who owned the landlord to respond about my closet. He's not gonna respond
oh,
about
right.
a
Fuck the
camera.
landlord. I forgot. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that there has been a evil spirit that has been following me. Now that I think about it, it's not just in 2024. I think it's been following me for a while. And
Okay.
so I'm ready to put it to bed. I'm ready to murder it. I'm ready to kill it. So I take any suggestions anybody has about evil spirits. And I'm ready and willing to rid myself
Yeah.
of this evil spirit that is following me around. Now, I do have to say, I had a conversation before I found out about the fridge and the freezer with my therapist about how
Okay.
there's a lot of things, there's a
Okay.
lot of chaos around me. I feel like a lot of chaos is around me, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel okay and in control of my emotions.
Lovely.
Um, and then the freezer and the fridge broke me.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't really know the steps, but I think you can cleanse yourself with an egg.
With an egg? I don't like
Yeah.
eggs. Do I don't have
No, no,
to eat
no.
it.
You
Okay.
you just take the egg. I'm not sure if you boil. I'm gonna have to ask my mommy, but I don't think you boil it actually, because then you have to crack it open to see if it worked. But you grab an egg and then you cleanse yourself. You have to rub it all over your body. And then I don't really know what else, but I know that there's a cleanse you could do to cleanse your energy and your vibe and shit.
I think the eggs are gone. They we don't have a fridge to put the eggs in.
Oh, right. In Europe they don't put eggs in the fridge.
Oh, did Candace teach you that?
Yeah,
Oh wow. That's save that. Let's save that question for Candace. How do you feel about going from putting your eggs in the fridge to not putting your eggs in the fridge? That is what I'm gonna
right.
ask her.
Write
I'm
that down.
curious. I'm curious.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so you know, here I am.
Do you know any spiritual Latino people that can give you a cleanse?
I'm sure I do. I don't, not off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's somebody in my phone that will give me a cleanse.
Because I know
Um,
you're half joking about the demon, obviously, but like if you have bad vibes, like a
yeah,
bad juju air, like that you're feeling, maybe you need a cleanse.
I think it's been with me since about August 2022.
Mm,
Yeah. And so you want to know what what my first instinct is?
tell me.
Is I go, when's the last time I opened up an umbrella indoors? Or when's the last
Interesting.
time I broke a mirror? Or when is the last
Interesting.
time I walked under a ladder? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't remember. So, I don't know. And you know what? I try to be a
Yeah.
good person. I
Yeah, you
believe
do.
karma is real.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I also want to say, and I'm only
Okay.
saying this, and I don't say this to have to um validate my feelings or explain my
No.
feelings as Julie has said before.
Okay.
There are people dying in the world right now
Totally.
in mass, and my
Yeah.
problems are nowhere near the problems of the people who live in Palestine. So I just want to make that very clear. I'm
No,
okay. I will be
I
okay.
I think we all knew that.
I know everybody knows
But
that,
I know
but it makes
but
me
you
feel
had to say
better
it.
to say it because that is the truth that I live in. And
Yeah.
so here I am. The fridge will be replaced, the bumper will be replaced, my
What
closet.
was that your fridge or the apartment's fridge?
It was the fridge that was here, but we
Okay.
own the fridge. You have to provide your
Oh.
own fridge. So we decided to keep the fridge that was here. Um,
Oh, so now you actually have to buy a new fridge.
yeah. Well,
Pain.
yes. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to get into the details of my living situation,
Right, right, right.
but yes, the fridge will be replaced.
Right. Well, sorrows and prayers for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank
Have you
you.
seen Queen Charlotte?
Who?
Queen Charlotte, the show. Oh, that was from that. She goes, sorrows, sorrows and prayers.
No, you think I've watched a
Okay.
show called Queen Charlotte?
Okay, rude. It's a spinoff of Bridgerton.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. What I'm saying is
Oh,
like
you don't like
I don't
women?
watch anything. So
You don't like things created by women? That's fine. That's fine. You heard it here first, folks. I'm just kidding. That's just a little insight at how I treat my managers at work. The men in my life. I'm like, oh, you didn't watch that? Oh, so you're racist?
Mhm.
Interesting. You don't support projects by Black people? That's weird.
You you can't talk to people like that at work.
Why not? But it's funny. Yeah.
You can't.
I do it all the time.
Hmm. Okay.
All the time. And if anything, it just guilts them into watching more diverse content.
Okay.
So I'm doing God's work.
Okay. 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 I believe you. Um, well, I don't think we got fan mail, did we?
We did not get fan mail. I don't believe so.
No worries. Send in your fan mail.
So you
You
guys
know what?
hate us or something?
Okay. See, okay, I just want to point something out because Julie recently has been calling me out for the things that I say. I just want to say how toxic Julie herself can be. Okay, with a capital Toxic.
You
Okay,
spelled it wrong. No, you didn't.
Toxic. Toxic.
You did.
Okay, toxica.
You guys go watch our YouTube video and go look at his face when I said it.
See what she does? Oh my
I'm
God.
so sorry. I'm
One time I was on the
sorry.
freeway and I saw this car that had a sticker on the back window and it said Toxica. And I
Oh.
was like, oh my God, Julie. It wasn't you.
It
Apparently.
wasn't me. There's
Yeah.
there's more of us.
Yeah.
Not the only one.
Anyways. We may not have fan mail, but I do have thoughts. It's
Okay,
time
give it to
for
us.
it's time for Adrian's thought. No, it's time for Adrian's thought corner.
Okay.
Okay. Um, okay, this one's okay. I have three thoughts this week. I have two.
Uh-uh.
I only have two. Sorry. I already talked about
But
one.
in general, you had more thoughts.
Yeah. No. I just had two.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
funny. Well, some people may agree. I only had two thoughts that I wrote down. The first one is really long. And
Okay.
it's a little bit more on the serious side. I don't mean to be a bummer, but like I just these are literally this is what I wrote down, half asleep, stone, um like the lights are off and I'm like typing with one eye open.
Okay.
I haven't reread it, so please forgive me. But this is what I go into as I go to sleep. We don't laugh.
I'm gonna try not to.
Okay. We as a society, as a
Mm.
human species, have completely
Hmm.
and utterly let each other down. We have taken this world and said, fuck it, let's light it on fire. We don't take care of each other. We don't care for each other. We have the ability to create any society that we want. We get to make the rules. Like there isn't a big man in the sky pulling all the strings. There isn't a precedent for anything. We have decided that people die in the streets because they simply cannot afford to live under a roof. We let people starve to death because we don't have access to food. We let little kids die by blowing their heads off because we need a fucking gun. We all is when all is said and done with our era of this magnificent universe, the future will remember us by one thing: the fact that we could not learn how to take care of each other, which is the only way a society can succeed. We see it every day. We've all said it. It takes a village. We are truly the stupidest species. We have the ability to fix all of this, but we don't because our biggest obstacle is each other. Literally nothing is stopping us from other than other humans. We failed the fucking mission. We have lost the war on morality. We will forever be remembered as the people who never learned from history, who turned their back, who did not give a single fuck about life, about humanity, about each other, and about oneself. Okay, that actually was pretty coherent. Um,
That was extremely coherent.
I I had this thought the other day. I haven't written this part down, but I remember, years ago, I used to oversee a programming board at UC Riverside with like 16 students who worked in the office, and they were the ones who put on campus entertainment. And sometimes the kids would get so obsessed with making sure we did things a certain way because of how it had been done in the past. And I always reminded them
Mm-hmm.
that we don't have to do anything that's been done in the past. There's literally
Mm-hmm.
nobody telling us you have to do X, Y, and Z because X, Y, and Z, other than like the boring administrative stuff of how to pay people and how to get this, that, and the other. But like, you guys can do whatever you want. There are no
Mm-hmm.
rules. And
Mm-hmm.
so I always wanted them to keep that in the back of their mind because I didn't want them to obsess over having to do something a certain way because that's the way that they had done it in the past. And it reminded
Mm-hmm.
me that like this like everything is fake. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we don't have to keep people living on the streets, but we do. We don't have to keep
Mm-hmm.
killing people, but we do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so fucked up. It's so
Yeah.
incredibly fucked up how we just don't care.
Yeah.
Um
Damn. Did that thought kill your high?
no, because I had to go to sleep. It was like 2 in the morning. I was like, I have to
Uh,
go to sleep.
oh my
And then
God. I feel like that would have made me spiral.
I peacefully went to sleep. And then the other thought that I had was people don't answer their phones at work. Hello, I have a question for you that I don't want to type out. People don't answer their phones. Why aren't you answering my phone call? I have a 2-second question for you.
Why
Answer
are you
my
calling
phone call.
people?
I'm not gonna sit there and type out an email when I could literally just call you and ask you, do you want the blueberry muffins or you want the chocolate muffins? Why do I have to email you that?
Oh, you don't have like a IM?
I don't like to be on Slack. I I only use Slack for a
Wow.
couple of people because um I want to help them. But I don't have Slack on my phone. I barely use it on the computer. Don't contact me on Slack. Just don't do it.
Oh, yeah, no, we don't do we do like teams.
Whatever. They're all the same thing. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
pick up your phone. Pick up your
Mm.
phone or call me back. Why are we afraid to talk to each other on the phone?
I love that you're so passionate about this, but I am avoid a phone call at all
No.
costs.
No.
Yeah,
Do you I
I
would you prefer that I go to your desk and talk to you?
100%.
Why can't you just pick up the phone then?
I don't like it.
But what is it that you don't like about it? Let's
I
really
don't know. It annoys me.
mm.
I don't know what
Oh,
it is. I don't like calling people. I don't well,
what
honestly,
happens
usually
when
when
your
I would
mother calls?
well, I mean, I'm used to calling her. I
Mm.
don't like getting random calls.
I'm not random. We work together.
Yeah, no, it'd be random though. Just ping me. I tell
Uh,
everyone, they're like, I'll call you. I'm like, just ping me. Why do you have to call me? Don't call me. Don't call me. I'll disconnect my phone if I have to.
it's a
No.
lost
I mean, yes, I agree,
it's a lost
but I
art
don't like
form.
it.
And also, why are we paying so much for these phones if we're not going to talk on the phone?
Well, that's not my problem.
You know what I mean?
Yes, but
And
that's not
but
my
I'm not even
problem.
talking about phones at work. I'm talking about the phone that you carry with you. You know what I mean? Like, if all you're going to do is just type and go on the internet, then just use a computer. Why are you going to have both devices?
Well, because
I
one
know
is,
why, but I'm just trying to be a,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
That's okay. Well, let us know in the in our messages. What are you team phone call or team IM or literally any other way to contact me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, those are my thoughts of the week. If you have any questions, you can DM me.
Also, though, a paper trail is important. So
I
all
agree.
that's why
Listen, okay, I agree that the paper trail is of the utmost importance, particularly when you're dealing with that person. You know that person, you know?
don't I know it?
But sometimes I don't need a paper trail for a very easy question.
Yeah.
And I'd rather call
Yeah.
you because guess what? Because
Hmm.
guess what?
Tell me.
Sometimes I'm on a deadline and I need an answer pretty quickly. And if I email
Right.
you, knowing you, you're not going to
Yeah.
answer till tomorrow. So
Right. Okay, don't call me out. I'm just
I
kidding.
wasn't I wasn't saying you, but
No, I'm just
if
kidding.
you want to make yourself
I'm great at the email and I'm great at the pings on the IM. I'm great at both of those things. And I will answer a phone call. I just rather not. There is an employee at work that calls me all the time. And every time he calls, I'm like, oh, I know your question. I've answered 100 times already. I
mm,
know this is gonna, and he's a chatty Cathy.
mm,
I mean, I love that for him, but sometimes we don't have the time.
mm. So
Yeah.
maybe we need to teach you a couple of ways in which how to kindly
No, no,
end the
just don't call.
conversation.
No, no, no.
Hey Roberto, this is so interesting, but you know what? David has me on a deadline and I need to finish it before I go. But we'll catch up later. Okay? Bye.
With all that, a ping would have been faster than the call.
Well, I don't know. Does Roberto know how to ping?
Everyone, yeah, everyone uses the system. It's not like Slack where it's like, well, if I need to, I'll use it. No, everyone uses it. So,
I just want people to answer my phone calls. That's all. That's all I want. So I can get a quick answer.
okay.
Because
No,
what do
I
you
support this for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
All
welcome.
right. Okay. By the way, feel free to call me anybody. I love to chat on the phone. So
Yeah.
chatty Cathy over here. I myself am not too much of a chatty Cathy, like, but I don't mind talking on the phone.
Right.
Also love to FaceTime. It's totally okay.
If you guys want to contact Adrian in any format, feel free to do
And
so.
guess what? I will answer.
Yes, he is available for any sort of communication you'd like to have with him.
Yeah, I'm available to answer
Yeah,
anything and everything.
I
Um
love that.
anyways, lesson of the day, take care of each other because
Take care of each other.
we're all
That's a
gonna
good
fucking
one.
die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh. Anyways, Julie, how's your love life?
Non-existent.
Oh, okay. Are you on the
How's
apps
your
right
love
now?
life?
Well, I'm not done asking.
No.
I'm gonna ask you questions
I'm
first, and then
so
you can ask
sorry. I'm so sorry. Apologies.
me.
I'm not on the apps right now, no.
Okay. Nothing. No contact.
No.
And
No.
is that because do you feel like you're busy and you don't have time to do it? It's not of interest, it's not priority. What's the situation there?
I think it's a little bit of both. I honestly haven't really thought about it. I think about it in like increments where I'll be like, "Oh, I should get on back on the apps." And I'll think about that like at work, and then by the time I get home, I've forgotten about it, and then I don't make a profile and I don't do it. I'm kind of okay right now.
Okay.
Some days I get in like in a some day some days I legit will get like in a panic.
Uh,
You're getting older.
mm,
What if you want a baby? Like I will a shock of like a quick little lightning bolt of panic will hit me. And I get over it really quickly, but there will be the panic of you're running out of time. You're running out of time to make a decision on what you want to do with motherhood. Yeah, it's a lot, but I'm okay right now. And you
okay.
know what? There are so many bad relationships around me.
Mm,
And I hear about them all the time and people getting divorces and people leaving and or people staying in horrible situations. And I get it on an almost daily basis that I'm like,
hmm
I'm so okay.
mm,
I'm okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Are you happy?
Okay. Yeah. I was a little depressy today, but I got through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good.
What about you? Dating,
No, not
thoughts, feelings?
um not dating anyone.
Are you
Um,
on the apps?
I am on the apps, but I don't know what it is about this time, this era of me on the apps. There's not a lot happening. I see a lot of
Yeah.
men. I swipe right on a lot of men, but not
Yeah.
a lot of matches.
I have a theory.
Oh, okay.
It just of apps in general. I have a theory that
Yeah.
like companies set up fake profiles
Yeah. I believe
to
it.
just make it look busy.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people on there that like aren't as invested in anything. They'll like make a profile and forget about it. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I mean, listen, I don't have faith in the apps at all. And I don't put any type of weight on the apps at all either. For me,
Hmm.
for me, it's mostly about, okay, who around here is gay? You know,
Hmm.
like, you know,
I almost
like
choked on my water. Yeah. Yeah.
knowledge is power.
Totally.
So that's a lot of what it is for me. The other part is like, okay, like a hookup, but like that also is hard to find too. So,
Yeah.
um, but I also get those days where I like my insecurities get the best of me. There's
Mm.
at least two or three times a week where it happens. And then maybe one time a week where it's like really bad.
Yeah.
And you know, um, but yeah, I don't, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's hard. It's hard out there, and friends. Sometimes I'm like, you should have just gotten married when you had the chance.
Oh, really?
Because it is rough out there.
But what if you would have
And
been
the older,
unhappy?
I mean, honestly, I feel like I would have been satisfied by like experiencing it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then
Like
if it's shitty, then it's shitty.
don't have shame in getting to the point where you have to divorce.
Friend, no.
Yeah. Okay,
No, no,
good.
no. I would have more shame staying in something that's not but not making me happy.
Absolutely.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
how fucking embarrassing for me. Look at me stuck in this whole lifeless
Right.
ass marriage. I'm
Right.
looking at some of you. Um, I don't want to call you out by name, but you know who you are.
Put it in
Yeah,
the
it's
chat.
just it's yeah. What if I mouth? Oh, YouTube. Um, I won't mouth it. I won't mouth it. But yeah, it's rough out there. And let me tell you, so there's this thing, I don't know if you've heard. I'll talk about it because we're having a whole pop culture pop-up episode, but I forgot to tell you about this subject until this very moment that I remembered it.
Hmm.
But there's a thing that's happening on TikTok. I'm not sure if you know, but a girlie made a three-part series about a relationship she had with Zayn
Oh.
Malik,
Oh.
in which she says that he's manipulative and tried to force her into a threesome. She showed text message proof of this, and like selfies that he had sent her that are not available to the public. And so this is a real relationship. I read these text messages, and let me tell you something. Manipulative is pushing it. It really sounds like a fuckboy that wanted a threesome. A fuckboy that met someone. She's a the worst kind. If Zane, let me catch you outside, finds out she's a bisexual and he's like, threesome? Anyone?
Uh-huh.
And she's down or agrees to it. And then he keeps like, so how we, and he basically says, so you should go look for a girl that you'd feel comfortable with doing it, you know? Basically, I'm down with whoever you
Hmm.
pick. You find someone that you'd be down with.
Hmm.
And he keeps checking in, and she'll be like, "Oh, I'm working on it. I'm working on finding. I'm talking to a couple of girls and trying to figure out which one is best." Da, da, da. And he keeps bringing it up, and then she keeps doing it. Da, da. Basically, what happened is she caught feelings. I
Hmm.
have a point here, believe me. She
Hmm.
caught feelings, and it looks like he was like, "But we're just casual. I don't understand." So that's what that sounds like. But anyway, in one of the videos, one of the comments said, how depressing is it to find out that Zane, a 30-year-old man, texts like a teenager? And I replied and I said, Bestie, let me tell you something. All of these 30-year-olds are texting like teenagers. It is rough out here.
Uh-huh.
They are all. using Y-O-U-R when they mean Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Zayn is a guy that mixes up the two. And I was like, they're all like that, girly. All of them.
Mm.
You're out here talking to these 30-year-old men, 30 and above. But see, I've talked to a 40-year-old man, and I thought there is a 16-year-old behind the screen, and I know it. It is
Mhm.
embarrassing. It is hard out here. The quality of men. Unfortunately, my bisexual ass can only attest to the men because lesbians despise me, apparently. But the quality of men is so low. All the good ones have been taken. All the good ones have already been copped. All the girlies got to the good ones. The only ones left are the dummies.
Mm.
And I'm sifting through the rubble,
Mhm.
and I cannot one find I what? I cannot find one that I
Mhm.
can have a genuine, funny, authentic conversation with without bringing up sex within the first 30 minutes of
Mhm.
talking to me.
Mhm.
It is, and what is the most frustrating part? I just talked, okay, so, in my job, we have a lot of young, early 20 people,
Mhm.
all the little new engineers that get into the job or whatever. And there's this one girl who's like in her early mid 20s, and she's
Mhm.
like dating, and she always comes and tells me her stories, and I try to give her advice or whatever. And I just had a talk with her about this where I was like, men are so dangerous because they don't realize, they literally cannot connect the fact that if you were just nice and respectful, we would willingly and enthusiastically would give you
Mhm.
sex.
Mhm.
And their frustration is that their bare minimum is not giving enthusiastic sex back. And so they go and kill people. And I
Right.
know that's a stretch, but not really. If we're looking at men,
Right.
it's not a stretch. Men get frustrated by the fact that women won't willingly and enthusiastically give them sex because they're not connecting that if they were just nice, bestie, my legs would remain open. I'd get a
Right.
cramp from my legs being so open. I
Right.
just don't. It's so frustrating that these men are like. I always think about this guy that I matched on. I think about him constantly. What's he at? Where is he at? Did he find a girly
Mhm.
that was willing to accept this? I always think of the guy that's like, he was like, oh, we should meet up somewhere and like hang out or whatever. And I was like, oh no, first he was like, do you want to come over? And I was like, No, we gotta go. I mean, you gotta show me some sort of,
Mhm.
what's it called? Uh, y- you know, you
Yeah.
know the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Anyway, you gotta show me that word. And then he was like, what, do you want to like go walk around the park? It's
Mm.
just I mean,
Ugh.
unfortunately, I didn't meet him now. Now I'd be like, I need to get my 10,000 steps, and maybe we do need to go meet at the park. But I just, it's
Yeah,
rough out there.
it is. It very much so
Yeah,
is. And it's
it
kind
is
of
so
weird.
rough. And I guess it's always been like this, guys. But like now with TikTok and stuff, like we see it more. But it's so rough out there that these girlies are they're making pen pals with prison inmates.
Yeah.
They're trying to find love
Yeah.
with the prison inmates.
Yeah.
Because out here we can't, at least there we already know what they've done.
Yeah.
So it's so scary and sad.
It really is.
Yeah.
What's going to become of us?
Lonely, sad with cats, and I don't even like cats.
No, that's not going to
It's
happen.
gonna be rough.
No, that's
It's
not
gonna
going to
be
happen.
rough.
That's not going to be happen. We have the ability to create whatever life we want. Your life can be
Yeah.
full and fulfilling without a man in your bed every night.
Sh-
Same
That
one.
for sure. For sure. Friends, even if I find a man, he's not gonna be sleeping in my bed every night. Let me be honest. I'm gonna tell him I need a break at least once a week.
I want two bedrooms.
100%.
And if the bathroom isn't big enough, we need two bathrooms.
100%. You are
Like that's all I
speaking my
want in life.
language.
You know?
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple. We're simple creatures.
And then, if you're washing your sheets, I want you to be like, "Hey babe, you want me to wash your sheets?" Yeah, I'd love to.
It's the little things.
I'd be
The
like,
little
I would
things.
I would really appreciate that. Thank you. And then be like, "Mm."
You know,
You
you
know?
know what we've been talking about at work because there's a lot of rough relationships out there, and we talk about it at work. We've been talking about we want someone that's going to meet us at our joy. If I'm excited, have you seen that TikTok of that girl with the lemon?
No. What is she doing with the
There's this
lemon?
there's this big ass lemon grew in her tree in their
Uh,
backyard or whatever, big and like deformed. It's like this weird shape, and she cuts it open, and and it's like a bunch of slices of lemons within the lemon, the big one, and she's
uh-huh.
like, "Wow, oh my God, that's so crazy!" And then she's like, "Babe, look," and
Uh-huh.
he's like, "Oh yeah,
Oh no. And that was real?
that was real.
That's
Meet me at my joy. Where I'm at in my joy, I need you there with me."
well, and you know what? I would speaking of where are all the good men, they need to get out of their I mean, I'm not talking about this specific man that you were just talking about, but like
Right.
relationships need to end. You don't need to be married to the same person for your entire life. If it's not working,
Yeah.
end it and go find somebody else.
I fully believe that a man of any people can be in relationships. Let's say me, I can be in a relationship and my husband can say, "This is bitch is the worst wife I've ever fucking that has ever existed." And I can go from that relationship into another one and the man's gonna be like, "This is the fucking best human being I've ever met." Because sometimes you just aren't meshing with the person that you think you should be with.
Or sometimes you just fall out of love.
And you're meant to be with somebody else and you will make that person happy.
You know?
Yeah.
Why do we get it and nobody else does?
I don't know, but it's very
Why
frustrating.
are we the smartest people in the world and
I don't know, but
everybody
how lucky are we though that
I mean,
we
we're pretty
we
lucky.
we're right here. Totally. How
Just
lucky
saying.
are our listeners that they get to be
They
here for the wisdom?
they're rolling their eyes.
They're like, "Bitch, you're
Rolling
alone.
their yeah.
Shut the fuck up."
Yeah. Yeah. I hope somebody is listening to this or watching this as they get their ass ate or their pussy ate and they're like these two losers. Get back down there, bitch. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
Anyways, if you are, send us a selfie. Would love to would love to
Yeah,
celebrate with you. Okay.
totally.
Anyways, we're single, so if anybody knows anyone.
A
um,
collective gasp just
yeah.
came out of all of our audience members.
Mhm.
Single.
Well, Julie, guess what?
Adrian, what?
It's time for the pop culture pop up. First up on the pop culture pop up, Britney Spears has revealed that she made out with Ben Affleck. Julie?
Yeah. Oh my God. Brit. Ben. This was before the tattoo.
Okay,
So
I
there's
that's was
that.
gonna be my number one question.
There is that. I believe it was before the tattoo. There, I mean, we got to look at the date specifically of when she shared a picture on Instagram.
Hmm.
And she said that this was also the night that I made out with Ben, which I find hilarious. Brittany, she loves to drop a bomb in the middle of a
She
chaotic
does.
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
A- and from the looks of it, this was when she was 17, and I believe Ben was 27 at the time. I'm
Oh.
not sure. Someone look at the dates, be clear. Um, I you know what makes me sad about this whole thing is that every time something like this happens, like this mess, I just think, imagine the drama and the mess we could have been witness to if they didn't stifle her and burn her light out.
Mhm.
The fun we could have all had.
Yeah. I think she's taken the photo down from her Instagram, but
Oh, Brit is so good at dropping the bomb and regretting it immediately.
yeah. But this is what she said. Quote, cool pic of me and Ben Affleck and Diane Warren years ago. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji. For three exclamation points. She's just like me.
Love her.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's such an amazing actor. Did I fail to mention I made out with Ben that night? Dot dot dot. I honestly forgot. Dot dot dot. Damn, that's crazy. Three exclamation points. Wish I could tell you guys the story that happened before that. Three exclamation points. Oh dear. I'm just being a gossip girl. End quote.
I love her.
She's so
I
funny.
love her.
I mean, honestly, also would have made out with Ben Affleck at that point. And Diane Warren didn't have an Oscar and she still doesn't. So
We can't all
uh,
be winners.
we all can't be winners, Diane.
Yeah.
Somebody let
Yeah.
Diane win the damn Oscar, please. Please. We need
Actually,
this.
not this year.
Well, no, not this year, but next
No,
year. I mean, let
next year.
the put her out of her misery. Put us all out of our
Yeah.
misery.
Yeah.
Ooh. Brittany,
That's
come on the
rough.
pod. Come
Please.
on the pod, Brittany. Julie, next up on the pop culture pop up. Did you watch the Grammys?
I watched clips of the Grammys.
Right, as you do.
Yeah.
Okay, thoughts.
Um, a lot of women winners.
Mm-hmm.
The women they won.
Mm-hmm.
And they were celebrated, and I love that. I love Miley Cyrus. Very happy for her. Taylor Swift was also there. She also won, especially she won Album of the Year. A lot of crazy stuff coming out from the tide is turning on Tay Tay.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
The tide is turning.
Somebody
What
I
did you
read
think?
somebody was saying like, oh, we're going like this is a cycle, where she is
Yeah.
favored and then not favored. I obviously did watch the Grammys, as you know. I love to watch an award show. This one is no different. A couple of the things that stood out for me as positives. It felt like there were legends there again. It's felt like very legend uh what is the appropriate word? There's been a lack of legends the last couple of years, but we had Stevie Wonder, we have Joni Mitchell, we had Billy Joel, we had Celine Dion, we had Mariah Carey.
Hmm.
They were all in attendance, which I thought was really nice. um I appreciate that Jay-Z made the comment about Beyonce never winning album of the year.
Agreed.
Very accurate.
Agreed.
I read somewhere that her father said that a big reason why she has never won album of the year, do you know this? Have you heard this?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Is because the record labels don't they have never fought hard enough for Beyonce to win. And
Mm.
that's typically because she's been up against another Columbia artist at the same time, and the record label
Mm.
picks the other artist. Case in point, the last two times, uh, Beyonce lost to Adele. Adele and Beyonce are on the same record label. And then she lost to Harry Styles. Harry Styles and Beyonce are on the same record label. And
Oh.
so he was saying that I mean, there are many reasons I think that we could discuss
Yeah.
as to why, and we have discussed, but I thought that was an interesting tidbit from Matthew Knowles there. I am so happy for Miley Cyrus. I think she deserves it. I think she did such a good job. She looks incredible. Body,
Agreed.
Adi, Adi. Um,
Agreed.
I love that she was so excited about Mariah Carey. To me, Miley Cyrus seems just so well adjusted for being a Disney
Mm.
child star. And
Hmm.
I really enjoy her. And her voice is really pretty. I think it's
Yeah.
really, really pretty. Um, I'm happy that SZA was able to accept an award. Um, Kelly Clarkson and her son look so cute. He
So cute.
was so adorable.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
adorable. Um, Blue Ivy was telling Olivia Rodrigo that she went to one of her shows. So
Mm.
Blue Ivy and I have the same taste. Um, and Beyonce is going to give us a country album. I mean,
That's what people are saying, but I don't think Beyonce sent us signs like you guys think she does.
she might, she might.
She
But she
might.
might be throwing us off. Who knows? But I would 100% accept a country themed album from Beyonce.
100%.
Um, so yeah. And then to the not so great things. I saw this on Twitter and I want to read it to you. It's
Tell
about
me.
Taylor Swift. This is from at the Lex Gabrielle on Twitter. She said, I listened to Midnights today, and you could not have told me that a full grown 34-year-old woman made that album. That lady is still making music that would make her and Olivia Rodrigo seem like peers. It makes young white girls feel seen and older white women feel remembered. And that to me encompasses Taylor Swift in the most perfect way. Let me also remind you that there's about a 14-year age difference between Olivia Rodrigo and
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Taylor Swift having beef with artists who are 14 years younger than her? If you remember, there was rumors when Olivia was promoting Guts that there had been beef between the two of them. Mm.
But didn't they interact at the
Yeah,
Grammys?
they did. Yeah, and Taylor was singing. I'm just saying that the beef might have existed at some point. Nobody ever denied that it wasn't real. Have they made up? Probably. But I just want to put that out there. There's no scenario in my mind that makes sense where Taylor Swift is winning album of the year for Midnights when I
Yeah.
know every other album that was nominated was much better than Midnight's. And
Yeah.
so, it's we've talked about this so many times and I shared my thoughts on the lack of talent and the lack of how much we praise mediocre talent, particularly when it comes to Taylor Swift. I talked about that last week, and so you know, I still feel the same way. Nothing's changed. Um,
Yeah.
I will never understand it. I don't understand it. Um, but I think that person summed it up really well on Twitter, and I think that makes a lot of sense. So just don't get it. I did see a video of her interacting with Boy Genius backstage when they were taking
Mm.
photos at the press wall. Did you see this?
I
Uh,
saw a little bit of it, yeah.
and it was I don't know, you start to drink at these things and blah 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 blah, but it was very cringy to me, and you could tell the tall Boy Genius girl was or them. I'm not sure about the Boy Genius folks, but um like visibly annoyed that Taylor
Mm-hmm.
was in there, stealing their moment, and B, like, can I put the Grammy on top of your head? Or you do this, you do that. And it's reminded me, I know Taylor Swift. I have met many a Taylor Swift. And typically they're nice people, but there's a lot of uh, self unawareness going on there. And on many levels. So find the clip. You'll see it.
Well, well, I agree with some points. I agree that Midnight's is not her best album.
By
Midnight Rain,
far.
though, that's my fucking jam. That's my jam. Midnight Rain is my fucking jam. I also think we do a disservice to her POC fans by saying, because I think she does have music that we do identify with and we do connect with in a way, though I agree that I don't think she sits down at a piano and thinks, this one's for my POC fans. You know?
Yeah.
She's like, how many can I collect all the white women? Like, I think that's what she sits down at the piano and thinks. Can I collect all the white women in the world? Because that's what it feels like a lot of the time. That's what look, this conversation about her music and her demographic and the POC fans has been a conversation in the Swiftie community for years, whether she actually caters to us, whether she actually is aware of us, like that has been a conversation. What I will say is, I can see how Midnight can be seen as um an album for a younger demographic. I also think that with work like Folklore and Evermore, I think she shows growth and a different, more accurate portrayal of where she actually is in the world. We got to remember, Midnight is an album culminated of songs that she has written throughout the years. It
Mhm.
was songs that were written in the middle of the night throughout the years. How wherever those songs came from and how old they were, we don't really know, but that was how she sold it to us. So who's to say that these songs haven't been sitting there for like 10 plus years? Um, Folklore and Evermore, I feel like is more what she should be catering to now. That kind of sound, that kind of like folksy guitar singer-songwriter. I think that fits her very well. And I think she could portray a more accurate 34-year-old woman that way, as opposed to with Midnight or any of the other things that she's done. Um, I think there's a lot to criticize about Taylor Swift. And I think, to be honest, the bottom of the list is her actual music. I think there's so much more to criticize about her and her behavior and the way that she look, friends, this woman who has grown up right in front of our eyes, has been to award show after award show after award show, who has who has n learned how to repair her image time and time again, knows that if she stands up in the middle of people that are all sitting down for an artist, the camera will be only on her, and
Right.
then we will praise her because she's the only one standing, but she's the only one standing because she knows that everyone else is sitting. There are tons of things to criticize about this woman. Look, I know she tried to convince all of us that calculated is a negative term for a woman, but she is calculating. She absolutely knows
There's
every one of her moves when she goes into that venue.
there's no way. I mean, she is incredibly smart. Almost
So intelligent.
almost dangerously smart.
100%.
Yeah.
100. And look, you can make all of the arguments for why this is a good thing and why we should celebrate it. And I would find ways to agree with you. And there is also an argument to be had about how this is very dangerous and how no one person should be the tell-all of the music industry. No one person. I stand by that. I think it's ridiculous for one person to be the epitome of the music industry. I don't think that it's necessary, and I definitely don't think it's necessary for it to be a white woman. So I think there's arguments to be made on both ends. But again, I enjoy Taylor's music. I do enjoy her. Even, I listen to Midnights and let me be honest, I listened to Midnights and I said, Taylor, I was expecting better, friend. I thought we were gonna do better than this. Um, I don't think it actually deserved any awards at Grammys. I don't think it was one of her best albums. I don't think it was worthy of nominations. I don't think it was worthy of winning. She still won. And look, here's the thing, she's gonna keep winning. I mean, it's just the way it is until it's not. And I don't see that. Look, all this criticism that is coming out about her recently, um, with her jet and Celine Dion incident and like all and bringing up Lana Del Rey when Lana Del Rey didn't win, but she did win.
Can I just make a point about the Lana Del Rey thing?
Okay.
And this is in defense of Taylor Swift, just so everybody knows that I'm not some kind of maniac, you know. Um,
Okay.
Lana Del Rey was featured in Midnight's. So she
Sure.
also gets a Grammy for that award, for
Hmm.
that, you know. So I don't think it's the weirdest thing that she wanted Lana Del Rey to go up there and be up there because she also participated, contributed to the album. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't think it was weird, and I don't think that Taylor Swift did it with any intention. I just know that if I were Lana, I would have said, "Bitch, if you don't let go of my fucking hand."
Right.
I wouldn't have wanted to be up there.
I mean, I wouldn't have either.
Yeah.
I do want to point out, so this person that wrote that tweet that I read, they wrote more. So I want to read it in defense of them. So
Okay.
at the Lex Gabriel, after they talked about what they had said about Taylor, they said, and I can't even really hate on it because I'm a Drake fan and he's been making the same kind of material for years now. It works and it sells, but we just need to call it what it is.
Okay,
Now,
you lost me at a Drake fan. I can't take you seriously, ma'am
okay,
or person.
hold on. Now, one thing about me, I am fair when it comes to music. So, Swifties, I hear you. This week, I'll do two things: listen to folklore all the way, listen to Olivia Rodrigo's album all the way. We'll report back. And then they said, when I say make her and Olivia Rodrigo seem like peers, that is not a diss. I meant that to say that there's nearly a 15-year gap between their debut projects, and yet Taylor Swift is still making music that competes with Olivia Rodrigo's audience. Peer is not a diss. They go on to say, I listen to folklore. My tears, ricochet, and peace are some career standouts, period. Sat up straight for both songs. The one with Bon Iver, too. This is where the pen was pushed. 8 out of 10 for me, only because I am not a huge fan of slow albums, but points were made. Betty, This Is Me Trying, and Epiphany also made it to my library. Very, very good. So I want to give that person a fair shake and explain their entire thought process there. Um
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, when you are the most famous person in the world and you receive all of these accolades, um who else are we to critique? If art is not to be critiqued, then what do we have? We have
Yeah.
nothing. And
Right.
so there you have it. Any last comments about the Grammys, Julie?
No.
Okay. Um, the Super Bowl, by the time you all listen to this, we will have already lived the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But we are recording this before the Super Bowl. Excuse me. And so we had talked about um last week we had talked about Usher being the highlight of what we anticipate to be one of the best Super Bowl halftime shows ever. Julie, predictions. What do you think will happen? Who do you think will win?
I don't give a fuck who wins. What the fuck? I actually, look, I am rooting for the ones that the world isn't rooting for. So I'm rooting for the Bay
The 49ers.
because Taylor Swift has had enough. She's had enough.
Okay,
We're
I
done.
saw a video on Twitter today where the LA Times, there was a reporter
Uh-huh.
from the LA Times in the press conference with the players, and they were interviewing Travis Kelsey, and the reporter said, "Hi, I'm so and so from the LA Times. The LA Times sent me here specifically to cover you and Taylor." Okay.
I don't
Okay.
like
By the
that.
way, the LA Times just fired a whole bunch of people, and they should be ashamed of themselves if they're sending journalists to cover
Speak on it.
this, and then they're firing people who were actually covering things that matter in the city of Los Angeles, the arts and actual real things about the people
Yeah,
who live here in LA. They should be ashamed of themselves.
I agree.
Anyways, I found it to be blasphemy that that woman was there to cover. I mean, she needs a job, so I can't hate her too much, but whoever sent her there should be ashamed of themselves.
I agree.
Anyways, they asked him what he thought about all this hoopla about them, um and people comparing them to be the American royal couple, and he was like, well, we are people who love to give back, and maybe that's interesting. I'm completely paraphrasing what he said, but he should have just kept his mouth shut. I think he likes this a little bit too much, and
He
that's all
for
I'm gonna
sure
say.
does. He for sure does.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Usher will be giving us a halftime show. This is what I think. I have predictions. I think Usher's going to start with yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he doesn't, that'll be stupid because I think he's going to hype everyone up. And I wish he'd do a Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars ended with that slow song.
I don't
I forgot the
remember.
name of it. Oh, I forgot the name
I
of
want
it.
to marry you.
I No, 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 the slow one.
I don't remember.
If I Were Your Man. Something man. I think it's
Maybe.
If I Were Your Man. But
Uh,
anyway, I wish Usher would finish with like Confessions or Burn.
uh-huh. Yeah.
Give me a crooner.
Yeah.
Ended on a low, sad note. I love that for me. Um, Usher, I do want him to realize that his great discography has come and gone already. Let's focus on those years. I've listened to your recent stuff, Usher, in preparation for this because the last real album I listened of yours is Confessions. So I said, let me dive into what he's been doing since I've been checked out.
You don't like Daddy's home.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I want him to sing Bad Girl, which
I need a
Adrian was singing
bad
on,
girl. Oh,
and now that'll be in my head for. I want him to sing. The orgasm I would have if Usher sang Bad Girl and in true fashion, Beyonce danced next to him after all these years. I would squirt.
yeah.
I would squirt.
And it's not the first time.
It wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the first time. Shout out to your girl. No. I would love that. But and the classics, You Make Me Wanna, he has to. I do think he's gonna do probably like what's the other one?
You got
Love in
it.
This
You got
Club.
it bad. Love in this
Oh,
club.
that one.
Yeah.
I think he'll
Yeah.
do Love in This Club and that Oh My God stupid song.
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
probably do that. He's gonna do all his little hits, but I wish he would focus because he only gets like what, 12, 13 minutes.
Yeah.
I want him to focus on the good shit. Confessions album and that nine two what's this? What is it? Nine two, what's that album? It's one of his
Um,
early
yeah,
ones.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's hold on, I have it right here. Ah. Um, no, it's 8701.
8701. Yes, I want him to focus on the early up until Confessions.
Yeah, songs that I would be upset if he didn't perform. You Got It Bad, Burn. You Remind
Mm-hmm.
Me
Mm.
of a Girl that
Oh, he has to do that one.
My
Maybe he'll
Boo.
start with that.
That
The
would be
tone, do,
good.
do, 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 do.
Uh-huh.
Maybe he starts with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nice and Slow, Confessions Part 2.
Mm, mm.
Superstar.
That's a good
Caught Up.
one.
Um, yeah. You Don't Have to
Usher
Cry
has a
My Way.
solid.
Usher did a song with this Malaysian artist named Yuna. It's called Crush. If you've never heard that Usher song,
I have
you
heard
should
that
go
song.
listen to that song. It's really,
Yeah,
really beautiful.
it is a good
Um,
one.
yeah, I think, listen, he has the catalog. He can do it. We need the creative direction to be on
Hmm.
point.
Yeah,
Okay? That is what we need. Usher, please listen to us. Do you know Apple released a commercial for the halftime show? It's like a mini movie. It's like a hangover.
I didn't.
And it features Ludacris, Taraji P. Henson, Wesley Snipes. It's like they can't find Usher. And so they go on a wild goose chase to go find Usher. And
So
it
if
ends
his
a little lame. I was expecting a little bit more of a bang at the end, but he was just at some fountain singing or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways,
If
that's what I'm
his
saying. The creative direction needs to be on point.
yeah, yeah. If his commercial for the halftime show has guest stars, do you think his halftime show performance will have guest stars?
My gut is saying he's not going to have guest stars.
I kind of wish he doesn't. I think this is
Yeah,
his moment, and I
I
think
think
he
so
should
too.
take it
I
and
think
he
so too.
should use it to the best of his ability to show off the fact that he should be right alongside Beyonce when we're talking about phenomenal artists that deserve, all the praise.
I agree. I
That
agree.
herpes rumor really did him in, I think.
Okay.
I mean, it did. That's really when people stopped paying attention to him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Sorry, Usher. Next up on the Pop Culture Pop Up, Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal are going to be in a rom-com.
Yeah.
Speaking of Julie squirting, um, Julie, what do we know about this?
It's directed by Celine Song. This bitch loves a love triangle, and I'm here for it. Yes. So apparently, what the storyline is, I'm going off the top of my noggin, so I may be wrong, but I think what it is a matchmaker who's falling in love with one of her clients who's rich. I don't know which one's the rich one. I don't know who Pedro Pascal or Chris, but she's still kind of in love with her ex or possible ex, I don't know, a waiter.
Mm.
That's probably Chris Evans.
Oh, I was gonna say the opposite.
Yeah, I actually think it's gonna be the opposite. And you know what that'll be?
Racist.
Racism. Racism once again,
Yeah.
rearing its ugly head. Now, I love Celine Song. Guys, if you didn't watch Past Lives, you're missing out. It's a phenomenal movie. I love a director that has a theme. If a director sticks with the theme, I I love it. If she's gonna stick with love triangles, give me more.
Yeah.
I want it all.
Put
I
us
am a
in
little
one,
sad.
Celine.
Put us in
We
one.
would like, oh, what kind of love triangle would we be involved with? Something
Mm,
with murder and deceit.
okay.
No?
Yeah. Okay. No, total. It could happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I wish it was anyone other than Dakota Johnson, but we're gonna push through.
Did you see that video that's going
Oh,
viral
yes.
where she's what is she promoting right now, by the way?
That Marvel movie, Madame
Her
Web.
goodness. Oh. Well, so basically this reporter asks her if she knew that this scene in the Madam Web trailer went viral, and it's like it, she had a point, by the way. I just want to make that very
Mm-hmm.
clear. They're asking her why they think that this scene where she says something was out of context. And then she's like, well, isn't any sentence out of context out of context? I thought she had a point. And why are we, I don't, I'm not the biggest fan of her either, but we're turning her into hmm, what is the right word? We're turning her into somebody who always has a point, and I don't think she does. She had a point about Ellen.
Mm.
She has a point
Yeah.
about this, and I'm not sure that she's the one who we should be.
No, she's definitely not the one we
Right.
should be. I thought you were going to talk about the Today Show
Oh,
when they're talking
what
about
did she
Nepo
do on the Today
babies,
Show? Oh, I didn't see that.
where they're talking about that art, the article, was it on Time, I think, that was like Nepo babies and it had all their pictures on the cover of the article of
Oh,
the magazine of the issue or whatever. And she's like, they're asking her like, what did you think about that? And then she's like, oh, it's just the way she talks.
I mean, can she
I
even
thought it
act? I
was
don't. That's a genuine question.
um she's like Ben Affleck, where like they're doing something. I just don't really know what it is, if I would call it exemplary, if I would call it noteworthy. But anyway, she's like, I thought it was really annoying. And I thought, Why are you writing about that? You can't write about anything. You have to watch the video. It's just the way
Mm,
she says it. This is also a woman that defended all her past, not all of them, but some of her past co-stars that have had SA allegations against them because they were always nice to her.
mm.
So this is the kind of person that we're dealing with. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Dakota Johnson, so but I'm gonna tune in and I'm gonna watch, obviously, because Pedro and Chris at the same time.
Maybe
Mother may I.
maybe Celine will watch this and be like, "Oh, there's a scheduling conflict. We have to find somebody else."
Maybe the real story will be between Pedro Pascal and Chris Evans.
One can only
One
hope.
can only hope. Oh
One
my
can only
God.
hope. One can
We
only
said
hope.
that at the same time.
I think I said it before you, maybe.
Okay,
We'll
we
have
said
to.
it at the same time,
Oh, okay. I'll make it sound like we said it at the same time. I'll edit it
but
in.
we actually did say it
Oh,
at
we
the same
did?
time. Maybe
Oh, I
there's just
heard
a backbeat or something.
maybe. I think I heard you after. But who
Mhm.
knows? Who knows?
Wow. Do you guys see how he is?
I'm just
Do you
trying
guys see
to tell
do you
the
guys see
truth.
how he is?
I show up here every day trying to tell the truth. Okay?
I, I don't think that's true.
Can you imagine if we had a show every day?
Oh my God. No. No.
People would really turn us off.
Yeah, yeah.
Finally on the pop culture pop up. What a sad day, or well, maybe not sad for some. We've hit a milestone in the Bravoverse. Kandi Burruss,
Okay.
is leaving the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Julie, I have a question for you. Do you know
Tell
who
me.
Kandi Burruss is?
I have no idea.
Kandi Burruss is worldwide, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
How dare I?
Have you ever heard of a song called No Scrubs?
Yes.
You know who wrote that song?
I'm
Kandi
assuming
Burruss.
candy. Yeah, okay.
You ever heard
What
of a
if I
group?
was like Shakira?
You ever heard of a group called Escape?
Uh-huh.
Kandi Burruss. Okay.
Okay.
Have
I'm
you
so
ever heard of the Old
sorry.
Lady Gang?
No.
Kandi Burruss. Um, Kandi Burruss is after 14 years on the Real Housewives of Atlanta is leaving the show that turned her career into a whole other thing and
Yeah.
very successfully, by the way. Now, no disrespect to Candy, but I do have a theory. I personally think that Candy got fired.
No.
I do. I don't think that Candy is leaving on her own. I think Candy got fired, but we're gonna go with the line that that she's leaving the show. And honestly, I think that she deserves that respect, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
It is being said, it is being reported that the show will now revolve around Kenya more and the return of Portia. Not Portia Williams, Portia, I don't know her new last name, but for this we'll call her Portia Williams. I am excited. I think it's a good move. I think Candy has done wonderful things on the show, but I think it is time for Candy to move on. And so
Mm.
I'm very excited where the show will go. I'm very excited to see who they bring on. But Candy Burruss, I think, is one of the longest serving housewives of all franchises, and she has served us well. And we should respect Candy Burruss. Julie, I know that you are watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta, or sorry, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Is this still the case? Do you have an
I
up?
I uh I watched how long of it? I watched 28 minutes of the second episode.
Okay.
We already spent half of it talking about the hospital still.
I know, I know. You have to get through season one. You have to get through season one. You just have to. You have to.
And then another one that's like, you're coming after my business. Your
The first
bartenders got drunk. I don't understand.
the first season is always rough. The first season is always rough.
Here's my problem though. I just like I cannot I cannot deal with women who are told this is my problem and them saying, so your problem is the completely different. You know what I mean? Like you're attacking me. And she's like, I came at you. Like I was just informing you. You asked me how the event, like the whole, like the bartender thing. The whole, I had a part at her fucking, what is it? Renewal vow renewal. And the other one donated tequila, high-end tequila, she wants to clarify.
Because she
Can't be
owns
that
the
high
ticket.
end. It's white. So she goes and she's like, so just want to, FYI, your bartenders, you know, we all had a good time, but like the bartenders kind of had a really good time. It feels like they were drinking. And then she goes and she's like, she's trying to tear down my business. She's trying to tear down my business, and I'm not going to stand for her trying to tear down my business. So were your bartenders drunk though? So like maybe there's an issue that you need to look into instead of getting all defensive. I just like I don't know. I don't know how. I can't find the part of my brain that allows me to buy into, like, to allow to be fun. You know what I mean?
Mm. Well, that's a problem. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is a problem.
Hmm.
Yes, it is a problem. And if they bring up the hospital one more fucking
Well, the
time,
hospital, here's the thing. Season one is always rough because these women are, they're also still trying to get to know each other at this point. So, um, and also this was filmed before the pandemic. The world is about to change. And so, I think I would love for people at home who listen or watch who are fans of Housewives to give us and write in or voice in some words of encouragement to Julie on this journey that she's in as she struggles to really find the joy in watching Housewives. And so this is a
yeah,
call from one Housewives fan to others that I know listen. And I want you to really um, just tell us why you think Julie should continue to watch. So
yeah.
we want to
Please,
hear from
please
you.
do send in messages because I'm struggling. If you left the hospital and you smell like a hospital, I don't understand what the problem is. You were at the hospital, so it's not like you were at the garden and she's like, you smell like a hospital. You were inside of a hospital.
Yeah, but this is really not about the hospital. It's about the
I
fact
know,
that
but I can't buy into it.
but it's more about the fact that Mary, who doesn't like the smell of a hospital, right? It's Mary, right? Who doesn't like the smell of hospital.
Yeah, I think so.
Um, it's more about her and why she has this feeling and why she's crazy, and not necessarily about what happened in the hospital. You have to suspend logic a little bit here.
Oh, see, because I don't see her as a crazy one. I
You
see her.
you
No,
don't
I come no, because I feel like, well, smells do trigger
okay.
memory.
But now you also have to understand that Jen Shaw is an actual crazy person. This woman is
That's who I
running.
actually think is crazy.
Okay, right. No, okay, so yeah, you get it. This woman is frauding old people in a marketing scheme that she has going on. This person,
Spoiler
it's
alert.
oh,
I'm just kidding. You had already told me. You had already told me. You had already
okay,
told me.
but you have to realize, like, she's crazy. So
No, she threw a party for someone else and she arrived late and wore
yeah,
a shinier dress.
yeah,
So I'm
okay.
fully aware that this
You're
is a
not there.
psycho.
Jen Shaw is not going to have a redemption arc here. She is going to be crazy
Okay.
the entire time she's on the show. So you have to lean into the fact that she's the villain and you
Okay.
don't like the villain in this show.
Okay. I'm gonna try to push through it.
Okay, please, Housewives fans, send us in your thoughts and suggestions and prayers for Julie.
Please do. Yeah.
That's going to do it for the Pop Culture Pop Up. We'll be back next week with more pop culture Chisme. Julie, do you have a Latinx spotlight for us?
I do. America Ferrera is doing her directorial debut with, okay, so this is a book that is being turned into a movie. I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter by Erica L. Sanchez. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's a really good book. A coming of age story. I've already read it, thoroughly enjoyed it. It's in development at Amazon MGM Studios, and it is also being developed with Linda Yvette Chavez, who is from Gentefied, which is very exciting. Two wonderful women coming together to bring this book to life. I'm obsessed with it. Obsessed with the story, obsessed that a Mexican coming of age story is coming back. And this is a really big, beautiful, full circle moment for America Ferrera because her big movie role was a coming of age story of a Mexican woman, and Real Women Have Curves. And now her directorial debut will be a coming of age story about a Mexican girl. Beautiful, beautiful full circle moment for America.
I love that. America, come on the pod. America one time
Come on the
reposted one
pod.
of our stories on her Instagram when we
She
were talking
did.
about Superstore, which is
Superstar.
the greatest sitcom ever. So watch it.
100%.
I think it's either on Peacock or Hulu.
Yeah.
Um, thank you, Julie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Um, we it's time for some azúcar. I was about
Yes,
to
it
tell you something,
is.
and then I was like, okay, it's time for some azúcar. I will go first. My azúcar this week is, I didn't talk about her when we were talking about the Grammys, but Victoria Monet won Best New Artist, and I need everybody
Yeah.
to understand that, um, when we talk about a Grammy that was deserved, that's a Grammy that's deserved, and I love Victoria Monet with every fiber of my being. I have seen her
Mhm.
live. I magically got tickets to one of her shows. It was incredible. The energy, the people, it was hands down one of my favorite shows of the year last year. And I could not be more happy for her. I think the music that she makes is brilliant. I think that she is bringing back dancing and performing and singing, and she can sing. She can really, really
Mm.
sing. Um, she has a great creative team behind her. She's a
Mhm.
mom. She didn't let becoming a mom get in the way of her um, taking her career to the level that she wanted to. Um, she's bisexual, she's sexy, she's
Mm.
beautiful. I think that Victoria Monet has a really bright future, and I'm very excited to see what she does. And if you have not listened to Jaguar or Jaguar 2 or her music before then, please do so, because it's really genuinely, it's astonishingly beautifully done, well made, beautiful
Mm.
music.
I love
Victoria, come on
that.
the pod.
Victoria, come on the pod. We'd love to discuss. Okay.
Oh
I
yeah,
will be
you don't like
listening to
her.
her. No, 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 no. I've never
Sorry.
listened to her.
Oh, you've
I've
never
never listened
listened
to
to
her.
her? What?
No. I know. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Today, all day, I meant to listen to her, and instead, I got distracted by listening to Usher. So tomorrow, I will be listening to her. I told myself all day, put her on, and then I kept forgetting because Usher was too good.
The Big Boss interlude on the first Jaguar is it's
Okay.
so good. So good. Okay,
Okay, I
Julie,
love that.
you're Asuka.
My Suka this week is Expats on Amazon Prime. It is directed by Lulu Wang, who also directed The Farewell, which you can watch on Netflix before the end of the month because I think they're taking it off. So go run, watch it on Netflix. It's a beautiful movie. It does star Aquafina, but I beg everyone to look past that. It's still a phenomenal movie. Um, Expats stars Nicole Kidman. Expats tells the story of this family who lives in Hong Kong, and they're obviously expats. You get it. They're not from there originally. And they have a family. It's Nicole Kidman, her husband, and they have little kiddos, and they are looking for a new nanny because the one that they have right now, they've had for a very long time, and she's kind of becoming part of the family and kind of letting the kiddos, the youngest kid, get away with a lot of things. And so she happens to meet this younger girl who seems to have a connection with the kids, like a good interaction with the kids. So she's trying her out as a nanny. So they go out to eat. Nicole Kidman, the kiddos, the three kiddos, and this new possible nanny go out to eat. They go out to eat, they have dinner, then they go to the market, and then the youngest kiddo and the middle kiddo, or the oldest, have want to go one place, and Nicole Kidman and the daughter want to go another place. So the nanny's like, "Oh, I'll take them to go see this thing." One of the kids goes missing.
Oh no.
What happened? Where is he? Whose fault is it? We are just on episode 2. So we just got to his kidnapping. We just got to, well, his missing. We don't know what happened. We just got to him being missing. And that's where we're at now. It's so well done. Well, Lulu Wang has an eye like no other. Every the farewell as well, and now this, beautifully shot. The shots are gorgeous. It makes you fall in love with Hong Kong. So I really want everyone to go watch the show because I think Lulu Wang deserves all of the work that she can get because she is telling very interesting stories. So go and watch it. Expats on Amazon Prime.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Julie.
you. Thank you.
Okay, well, that's going to do it for us. We've reached the end of the episode. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at You, Me, and Chisme. Make sure that you follow our Spanish TikTok account at You, Me, and Chisme.mx. Make sure that you visit our website, youmeandchisme.com. Read all of Julie's wonderful reviews. Sign up for the newsletter, do all the fun things. You can watch us on YouTube. Make sure you give us a
Mhm.
like and comment on YouTube. That would be appreciated. And yeah, make sure you share this podcast with somebody. We would eternally be grateful to you. And we'll be back next week with more Cheeseman. But until then, make sure you have lots of love, lots of peace, and most importantly, lots of Cheeseman in your life. Bye.
Bye.